what I did was I drilled a bunch of little holes all around, but that space there because I got to drill a bigger hole. Then I got one of these, and I made a bunch of little holes in it. It was perfect. And that will fit underneath. Okay? Step one. I'm sitting here in the she shed, and I just finished making a self-watering wick, they call them. So I'm going to show you what I did. I got one of these here, and I drilled a bunch of holes in it, like this is what you do. Then you get a couple Home Depot buckets, and I laid this like here and drew my circle. Drilled a couple holes, and you drill a bunch of them, then you can use a blade to cut around it and get it all out of there. Then you put a bunch of other holes. Then you get a PVC pipe. This here is 1 inch, so I made a 1 inch hole here, and that's where it's going to go. Now, what I'm going to do is put this in the bottom like that, and this in that PVC hole like that. So it looks like this, and it hangs down like that. Now, on this bucket here, I lined the two of the buckets up, got the shadow mark, and I drilled a hole right there below this other bucket. So you find the shadow mark of where it ends, the top bucket, and drill a hole right there. That allows excess water to run out. Now what I'm going to do is pack that little green thingy with some good dirt, and fill this thing up with dirt and fill it up with water, and it will be drawing all the root system to the bottom and feeding it, and it will, that thing down there is called the wick. It will fill up with dirt. I'll have dirt in there, and it will cause the water to come up, and it will get it to go up to the plants themselves. I've done a few of these this year. Go online and you can see them. So here's my last one, and that's the end of the little thingy. We'll see what it looks like after I get it planted. Okay, gonna make some potatoes. Now this is the magic there. It's the Trifecta 51040. I get that from Michigan Gardener up in Port Huron. They'll mail it to you. Now the buckets, one bucket's inside the other one. There's a little bit of water down there. That's okay. And that's my dirt. And the very first thing I'm gonna do is pack my wick with dirt. That's real simple. Just gonna go over here and put some dirt in the wick, just like that. And a little bit more. There we go. Then I'm gonna go over here and place that right down there. It's there. That's it. Now I'm gonna take my PVC pipe that I've got, and I'm going to poke it in that hole down there. So this is the way I send water into it later. Okay? So now I'll put some dirt in there. Okay, now I put some dirt in there, and I'm going to plant some reds in there. Okay? So here's one that I got that's been sitting there, and I'm going to put it right down there, just like that. Then here's the magic. Get a handful of Trifecta, like about this much. Pour right on top of the puppy, just like that. Give it a little bit more, just like that, okay? And maybe even just a little bit more. Don't be stingy with the Trifecta, it won't hurt it. Throw it around there. And now what I'm going to do is fill the bucket up with more dirt. All right, I finished filling it up with dirt, and that's the way I water it through the top. And as you saw in the one video, see, in the bottom of all the buckets, you make sure you got a hole. One Home Depot bucket will stop right where that mark is. That's called the shadow line. So when this one Home Depot bucket goes in there, because of the way they're built, the lip on them stops perfect. Okay? So if you put too much water in it, it drains out that hole. And that water stays in the bottom, comes up through the top, and feeds the plant. So that's the first bucket here on the roving garden of bees. Okay, Annie, here's that stuff. It's called Natural Straw Seedling Whole Straw in Place. There's some more information on it. Okay. And it's really interesting the way this stuff lays. I'll show you on my garden in a second here. But it'll stay, and it's a good mulch. And let me shut this one off and show you. Oh, all right, put that over there. Close the door here. I'm going to make this all one video and then fit it into the other one. Right over here to my garden. I just tore all my tomato plants down and picked all the greenies a little while ago. Okay, let's see. Here it is here. And it was good for the mulching part of keeping, water and moist, but it also kept all the weeds down here. There, I didn't do it. Here, I did. Okay. Anywho, there's my beets, my beans, and my peppers. And these are the self-watering cans. Good, I can do that better. See how well they worked? And they really produce like crazy. I mean, my green peppers that I had inside the garden, and here's one that's not self-watering. And look at the ones that are self-watering. Huge difference. Okay. Got some beans over there, see we can pick.